Let's do this thing. Oh yeah, Lurch.
What?
You want to know how to have the freshest smelling and squeaky clean butt before riding? Well, I'm going to tell you how. That's right. We'll tell you how.
Didn't you give me a chance to answer?
I know. That's what I do. Get hooked up with Dude Wipes flushable wet wipes. This is not a joke. It's not a commercial. It's not a joke. We use the hell out of these things. That's right. Get hooked up with Dude Wipes flushable wet wipes, guys. We love them. Your butt will smell like a breath of fresh air. I'm not kidding. And we have tested and tried them, and we like the mint the best. We're trying to use our fragrance-free. They're still good.
They just leave you wanting a little bit more, though.
That mint freshness. That's right. Your butt will smell like a breath mint. It's like a breath mint for your butt. I'm not kidding, guys. You got to have these. Support us and head over to lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt. That's /fresh-butt, B-U-T-T. No additional cost to you. We do get a small commission if you click through and make a purchase. They have also got a travel pack. We carry them in our saddlebags. Never be without Dude Wipes. You'll feel squeaky clean down there. And sometimes Lurch has to go in for a little mid-afternoon cleaning, clean the undercarriage, just a little bit of maintenance wipe.
Yes, as I say, it's called a maintenance wipe. Everybody does one once in a while.
You got
just
to
keep that fresh feeling.
Especially when you're out riding. Oh, yeah. Maintenance wipe, guys. /fresh-butt. Oh, here we go. Right here. This is live as of today. If you're watching later on YouTube or listening later, as of right now today, that's right. Harley-Davidson released the 2022 Lowrider El Diablo Icon bike. I'm putting it up on your screen here for you guys so we can check it out real quick. This is not what this episode is about. We've got a great episode about some stuff going on with Harley-Davidson, the FTC, with tuners and warranties, all kinds of lawsuits. But this is the new 2022 on your screen, Lowrider El Diablo, Lowrider ST. Cool looking bike, just out. Now, the deal with this, guys, is I've already done a complete video, complete and thorough test ride and review of the Lowrider ST, and I'm popping it in your chat. Make sure you get out and watch that video if you want to learn everything you need to know about the Lowrider ST. That video blew up on YouTube, and we appreciate it, because the only difference with this is it's not necessarily video worthy. We just wanted to mention it. The reason is it's exactly the same bike as the 2022 Lowrider ST. What I mean by that is it's just paint, guys. It's just paint. And it comes stock with the Rockford Fosgate system. Now, going back to our screen here. So that's all you're getting for $6,000 more. So the regular Lowrider ST coming in at about $22,000 starting. This one coming in at $28,000 with paint and a stereo. The other Lowrider ST, you can get the Rockford Fosgate stereo and install it. So there you go. I think it's a cool looking bike. It comes in one color. So that's what, and they're calling it the Icon Collection. Can you discuss that briefly, Lurch?
Yeah, they released that 2020, I believe, and 2021. They started bringing back some of the iconic bikes and restyling them. So with this one in particular, what they say about it is it's a modern expression of the iconic 1983 Harley-Davidson FXRT and representation of the custom movement it ignited and lives on to this day. The 2022 Lowrider El Diablo embodies the spirit of counterculture in Southern California in the 1980s in a contemporary package that includes meticulously crafted custom paint, high-performance audio from Rockford Fosgate, each one individually serialized. So it is going to be a limited run. It may add some value to it later on down the road, right?
There you go. Yeah, so that's their Icon. They were saying 1 or 2 a year.
Yes.
Up to 2 a year. So maybe we'll get another Icon, but that's what they're calling this. And it's good looking. Here's the deal. Just like all the bikes, if you're hot to trot to get it, well, good luck. Because it's reserve only. And you're going to have to wait. And I don't know how long. But they announced it nonetheless, even though it's not ready for or out for sale, I guess. You can certainly reserve one. And I don't have any information on the actual release date or how long you're going to have to wait.
No,
if you guys know,
I haven't seen anything yet. And I don't even see how many they're going to release. I think last time it was 1,500 on the last icon they did.
Okay. You see any, we're going to keep going here. We got the chat going, guys. And do you see any other in there in the chat that I need to make a moderator? We've made moderators over time here, guys. Let me know, Lurch, if you see a name. Scroll.
Okay. You can make Rick Wheeler one.
Okay. I'll scroll down and find him. All right, Rick Wheeler, you are now a moderator from now on. And so this is live public. Like I say, we usually do them for patron members only. But this is a troll-free zone. So all my moderators that we've made over time and the new ones we're making right here, feel free. If it isn't good for the conversation or we get, trolls in there, just ban them. Don't even discuss stuff with them. Ban them permanently. You have my full authority. This is a community of bikers helping bikers, unlike a lot of other channels out there. And so we never really have any problems because people know that about us. We've been around about 10 years now. We keep a smooth running operation. We don't put up with a lot of stuff. So if you're here to enjoy and discuss and bond with other bikers, then you're in the right place. If not, might not be the right place for you because you get banned. All right. Anyways, guys, we appreciate you being moderators. Anybody else?
No, but just to clarify, it is 1,500. I found on another page. Last year it was 21 when they did that Electric Glide revival.
Okay.
That blue and white kind of 50s looking bike, and that was 1,500. And I was able to find, looking through that the 2022 Lowrider El Diablo will be limited to 1,500.
To 1,500. Okay. So, yeah, you got to reserve it. There you go. If you like the looks of that thing.
Rick says, hells yeah. He likes that little wrench, I think, next to his name.
Oh, yeah. Nice, dude. Let me know if there's anybody else.
Will do.
All right. Very, very cool. You want to ride longer? Tired of a sore and achy ass? Then fix it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions. We rode 4,000 miles to Minnesota and back. Would have died without my butt buffer seat cushion. Here's a voicemail. Let's do this. Who we got here?
This is from Ross Couts of Canada, somewhere up in Canada. I don't know exactly where.
Canada. Very cool.
He bought our handlebar installation video on a non-fairing HD, and he's asking some questions.
Well, yeah, sure. You betcha. Yeah. Well, let's check it out. See what it's all about. Love our Canadians.
Hi there. I've purchased the changing of handlebars on a 2012 Road King. You're putting on some big apes, and you're going to change out the wiring and stuff. I'm at the part 1530, 1505, something like that, in the video where you have to stick some needle nose pliers in and pull out the white plastic portion to free up the possibility of the next step of taking out the the wire itself. And I can't get this thing up at all. I've squeezed and squeezed with the smallest pliers and nothing. And unfortunately, it's actually even gone down deeper. Is there another way from the back or something to fix this? That would be great. Thank you. My name is Ross. Phone number 250.
There we go. Very cool. Thank you for the voicemail. How did he leave that voicemail for us, Lurch?
Right from his computer, using his speaker and his microphone.
His microphone is, I assume he's using. You caught yourself. He's using his speaker to leave a voicemail.
He's using speakers and a microphone.
Oh, God. All right. Go for it. Do you want to answer?
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll go for it.
So him and I went back and forth on, he left it, and it was through SpeakPipe is the company that we used to leave those voice messages. We went back and forth.
lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail.
And what I told him was, no, there is no other way to take that particular Molex. We've got a video out on just how to do the Molexes individually, free video. He's talking about our premium for purchase video and how to do the ape hangers on, I think it was a 2011 or 2012 Road King. But there are different kinds of Molexes and different plugs. And the one he's talking about, it's got a white block in the middle around the pins, and you need to reach in there with a pair of pliers and pull that thing forward. And it takes a little bit of strength, and effort to get it out, and then it kind of clicks into place. And so I responded to him, said, sorry, there is no other way. You need to be able to grab that and pull it out. And if the pliers aren't working, perhaps you can use some type of dental pick or hook to get it around the back of that thing and pull it forward. And he responded back to me and said he figured it out. And he said, I just squeezed the shit out and pulled really hard, and he's able to get it. So just an example of not only do we, sell videos to help you out. If we can, we follow up with you when you got a question.
And there you go. lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos is how you can check out all our premium, awesome tutorial videos. Of course, those we just sell a few to help keep the lights on here because we have over 600 free videos on the YouTube channel now. In the chat, I think, Casey Chapman, as Jason Chapman, who is a patron member, reminder of the Texas non-sanctioned meetup on October 8th. Come on. So we have Law Abiding Biker Media puts on a large event each year where we invite our patron, mid-tier and above patron members. We take you on a ride. We cater an event. We invite you. It's all different places. Within the private Facebook group, if you're a mid-tier and above patron member, you get access to that private community and nothing but bikers, helping bikers in there with questions and all that kind of stuff. Motorcycle talk, very clean, troll-free zone. Well, there are also tons of rides going on, non-sanctioned. We tease about that we aren't organizing. The actual community members in different places are organizing rides, and you can get hooked up. We just had one here. Big Daddy Kane, he manages the Law Abiding Biker store. He decided to put on an event himself, Pacific Northwest ride. So there is bikers hooking up, riding cross country, staying at other bikers' houses. There's so much going on in that private Facebook group. If you are not in there, if you want a troll-free zone of really good people, good bikers, they're in there, and you can connect, make friends. You can get questions answered, whether it's projects or something going on with your Harley or other bike. There's a wealth of knowledge in there. So, thanks there for putting that out. October 8th, and you can get all that information in the private Facebook group. Oh, yeah. Once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless with a Rick Rack quick attach luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now. Hey, Bikeaholics, 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike.
I like gold.
Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Sierra Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of 03D products. Shall we do this thing, Lurch?
Absolutely,
I screwed
my friend.
the screen up again, man. I'm just fat finger and stuff here.
So sausage fingers here, so little stubby sausage fingers.
Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By being here and listening, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
One question before we get started. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast, and of course, your
high-tech redneck.
There he is, guys. In the house. We'll see what he does today. Wow. You pulled that one from deep down inside, bro. Proud of you.
I had done a couple of short ones on the most recent podcast that we've recorded, so I thought maybe I'd stretch it back out again.
It's very nice. All right, main topic today, as we dive in here, is all about, what do we title it? Harley-Davidson is getting sued. This affects the all motorcycle owners. So it's not just about Harley. This really affects the entire industry, and who has been doing some of this and then following suit as these lawsuits come out. We're going to break it down. There are some people online that have tried to talk about it. It was less than informative. We really did a lot of research and to what it means for you. You can read this stuff all day, but we, with our experience, we kind of bundled it all up and made it very easy to understand and how it is going to affect you. We're going to dive in deeper here on the podcast, but that's what's fun about the podcast. Well, we get to chat and hang with you all for, an hour, but also, we get to talk about it, I guess, in more depth and have fun doing that. Now, we did put out a video. It's blowing up. It is the number one. It has the most views for this subject on YouTube as we speak. And it is titled Harley-Davidson is Getting Sued. This affects all motorcycle owners. It's on the Law Abiding Biker YouTube channel. We're going to break it down. There are some people online that have tried to talk about it. It was less than informative. We really did a lot of research and to what it means for you. You can read this stuff all day, but we, with our experience, we kind of bundled it all up and made it very easy to understand and how it is going to affect you. We're going to dive in deeper here on the podcast. But
on those YouTube videos,
do you have
you try to keep them pretty to the point, you know, on this podcast, we can go long form and really, really dive into each of the topics.
And we will put a link to the video in the show notes, lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is. And we'll also put it in, it's actually underneath the description, in the description in the YouTube channel. I already put it in there.
Okay.
But if you can put it in chat, that would be great.
Do.
It's been out less than 72 hours and it's already got over 50,000 views. So thank you guys. We try to make really good videos and it shows when you guys watch them in their entirety and they blow up like that in less than 72 hours. So thank you. It's very succinct. It's about 13 minutes. It's a lot of information and we took a lot of time putting it together to make it very organized, to tell you what's going on, what you can expect. We're going to talk a little bit more about what it means for the industry. We didn't really get into that in the video, but in this podcast towards the end, we're going to kind of talk. But that new free video is available to you guys, and thank you. And don't forget, we are live, public. You guys, if you feel you appreciate the information and it's something that you want to do, it's in your heart, you can give us a super chat. That's at the bottom of your chat where you can donate a certain amount, and we appreciate that because we may do more public ones depending on that. We kind of monitor this stuff and what we're doing. So with that said, we'll dive into the main topic, but we appreciate our sponsors up. We love our sponsors. We want to, but we want to get to know you. Obviously, these people a lot of them are in the private Facebook group, most of them, in fact. And these are some of our newest patron members. They are direct sponsors. The reason we're coming to you after 9.5 years. And we want to thank some of our newest patron members.
We have R. Zabinden of Santa Clarita, California, Paul Reynolds of Kennewick, Washington, just down the road from us, and Kenneth Lesford.
That's right, lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you because you can put a monthly cap. That's right. There are also benefits such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group, Troll-Free Zone, Nothing But Bikers Helping Bikers. Store coupon codes, access to live video broadcasts and chat like this all the time, podcasts months early, and access to our premium videos up on request. And of course, don't forget, access to those ride, meetup, and events. Thank you so much. Blowing it up here in 2022 with our patron members. Sign up, and it's a way for us to get you to know you better and give you all those benefits. We want to do that, obviously, for everyone. All right. So we're going to... the first part of this, and we're going to try to monitor the chat as much as we can. So if you have input or you have a question, feel free. Like I said, there's just two of us here today, but we have a lot of other moderators in there that can look over things. But anyways, let us know and we'll have fun in there. A lot of bikers just talk other biker stuff while you're listening. That's fine too. And again, we'll try to monitor those questions. So the first part of this is going to be a little bit, I shouldn't say dry. It's the bulk of the information, because we want to lay a foundation for an evidence of how we came up with what we came up with. Does that make sense?
Does to me.
All right. So I'll do this first part, and then I'm going to make Lurch read all the boring shit. Okay, so here. So Harley-Davidson entered into an agreement with the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, on June 23rd, 2022. All right. Now, these agreements, this relates to all Harley warranties. And like we said, if you're a Harley owner, it's a must-know information, and we've got a ton to throw at you. So I'll do this first part. So laying the foundation here. So as a part of this agreement, HD agreed to the findings that it had violated the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act when it forced warranty holders to buy only Harley-Davidson branded parts or lose warranty coverage. All right. With that, I want to break down, and I'll do this part, the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act. If you're not familiar with that, it's been around for a very long, long time. A lot of people talk about it, but they don't really understand it, and they use it in situations online, or they make comments, and they're not familiar. It's clear with the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, Magnuson-Moss. It's basically an act that prohibits manufacturers from requiring consumers to use only original equipment parts or services to keep their warranty. What this means is you can service your own motorcycle and use aftermarket parts without automatically voiding your warranty. And again, this has been in effect for a long, long time. This isn't new, the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act. Now, we've preached the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act for like 9.5 years since we've been in existence. And the reason is we preach, on this channel, on our podcast, we give very detailed tutorial videos on how to change your oil, how to service, how to do, what did we do recently? Cam upgrade, which is coming out, suspension, and everything in between. We've done a ton over 9.5 years. And we also produce our very popular premium Harley tutorial videos, the few that we sell to obviously help financially to keep the lights on here, such as our Harley oil change and service videos, handlebar installs, of course, very popular stereo installs. We've done a bunch of those and much more. And again, just a reminder, you can get any of our premium videos by heading over to lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos. That's right. Don't forget the 600 free ones right here on the YouTube channel. Just use the search bar or our website. There's a search bar, lawabidingbiker.com. Very good searchability for the topic that you are looking for. Save your money by wrenching on your own Harley, guys. It's what we've preached here, backed by the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act. All right. Now, neither Harley nor other manufacturers, so all motorcycle manufacturers and auto we're talking about here, can void your warranty for servicing your own motorcycle at home or having a third-party shop service your bike. We've been changing our oil for many, many years and teaching bikers around the world how to do that. Not just change your oil, but service your bike, inspect the brakes and do some of the inspections there. Change the brakes too. But they can't void that as long, and this has been around a long, long time. Same with cars, guys. You just have to keep a receipt for the product you bought, and you want to keep the date that you did it and who the technician was. The technician does not have to be anybody certified. I can be the technician. So in my book, I just write that it was me if I were to have a warranty. That's what I would do. You know, I did for the first couple of years, the manufacturer's warranty. So, so keep that stuff. And that's it in a nutshell. The Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act is a lot broader than that, but for our purposes here today, we're going to kind of keep it to that. Do you want to take a deeper dive, Lurch?
Kind of get in the meat and potatoes of this thing?
Oh, yeah, the meat and potatoes.
So the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, will refer to them as, filed an administrative complaint against Harley for illegally restricting customers' rights to repair their Harleys. The FTC complaint said that warranties on HD bikes included terms that made buyers believe their warranty would be voided if they used independent dealers or parts. We've been pretty lucky here with our local Harley dealerships, but man, we've heard from a lot of people around the world that their dealers definitely steer them in the direction of using genuine parts and having their bikes serviced at Harley to maintain their warranties. That's just you think about your car. You take a car to oil can Henry's and get it serviced there. That doesn't void your warranty. Why is it any different? Good point. Why is it any different with bikes? It's just Harley. And I have to freely admit, when I got my first Harley, I wasn't as I didn't feel quite as free to work on it as I did now because it was something new. You know, it's a motorcycle. You're like, well, I don't know if I trust myself to do the work. With cars, for whatever reason, it's just different. Bikes, the motorcycle dealers are really good at making you think there's something super special about your bike, and it's got to use Harley oil and Harley gasoline and Harley tires, and you can't use anything else. So they've been really good at getting people to believe that they had to use their stuff. So the FTC ordered HD to fix their warranties by removing illegal terms and recognizing the right to repair, come clean with customers, notifying them, and ensure that dealers compete fairly with independent third parties. So while the FTC took action against Harley, they don't have the authority to recover damages that were incurred by owners buying Harley parts when they instead of buying aftermarket parts or having it serviced at a Harley dealership and paying, $300, $350, $400 for an oil change. So the only way to seek damages is through lawsuit. And this is what kind of popped this story back up again. And a federal lawsuit was filed against HD in Wisconsin's Eastern District Court last week to seek damages for consumers who bought a Harley motorcycle from August 1st, 2018 up until now. A second lawsuit was filed in California's Northern District Court. The lawsuits claim owners paid more for genuine HD parts as compared to aftermarket parts and fear their warranties would be voided. While they just got started, we're not sure what the outcomes will be, but we'll keep a close look. So make sure that you definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel and look for future video updates as this comes out. Okay, so now let's kind of get into the nuts and bolts of the agreement. You want me to go through that?
Well, let's see here. Where are you?
I'm down to the requirements of the agreement.
Oh, yeah. Here. All right. So again, we're almost through with this, and then we're going to have a more open conversation. But again, we wanted to give you where we got a lot of this stuff in written documents. So HD shall not imply or state that, number one, A warranty will or may be void due to using unauthorized aftermarket parts or services in the connection with your motorcycle. Number 2, a warranty will or may be void due to you making a modification to your motorcycle without HD's authorization or approval. Number 3, as a condition of warranty coverage or within the written warranty, you must use only genuine Harley-Davidson parts or services provided by authorized service providers. So basically what that means is that's the crap they got to take out of their legal warranty documents is what that means. However, HD may represent both in its warranty documents or otherwise that it will, number 1, exclude warranty coverage for defects or damage. So this basically, real quick, is saying what they can have in there. Number 1, exclude warranty coverage for defects or damage caused by unauthorized parts, service, or use of vehicle, including defects or damage caused by use of aftermarket parts or use of the vehicle for racing or competition. And denial of coverage may be based on the installation of parts designed for unauthorized uses of the vehicle, such as a trailer hitch. And consistent with Harley-Davidson's July 2017 consent decree with the EPA, exclude warranty coverage and deny all warranty claims for functional defects of powertrain components. And for any Harley-Davidson motorcycle registered in the United States, if the vehicle was tuned using a tuning product not covered by the California Air and Resources Board, that's CARB, executive order, or that was otherwise approved by the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA. Number 2, HD must identify all consumers who purchase new or used motorcycles still under warranty and notify them of the FTC agreement and its terms. Further, Harley or HD must provide consumers with a complete copy of the warranty at the time of purchase. All right.
I mean, we have a couple of scenarios or questions already in the chat.
In the chat, very nice, very nice. Love this interactive community.
So from Cliff Thompson, he says, so guess the Vance & Hines slip-on pipes with the FP3 tuner was already installed on a used 2014 Street Glide Special Touring. My warranty was already voided, ? Because I bought it from an HD dealer. I have only had the bike for 3 months.
Yes. And that's a very good question, Cliff. And I'll just tell you, yes, your warranty is void. But we're going to get more into tuners and what that means as we get more into this episode. So stay tuned. We're going to definitely get into tuners and what can be, what's changing, if you have that FP3 tuner, your warranty is void.
That's an interesting scenario, though. If he bought it used from a dealer, it's got the slip-ons on it, it's got the FP3 on it. They're selling it to him, and they also sell him the extended warranty. That's kind of a unique one.
Yep. But remember, so now which we're going to get into this. It's going to make sense. We're getting ahead, because Harley has to void the warranty. They're required to if it's a non-EPA compliant tuner, they're required to void the warranty. Yeah, I might under the law.
Yeah, I may if I was him, I may want to get my money back for my warranty then.
Yep. And I'm not saying they did that on purpose. I'm just saying there's a lot of misinformed dealerships around. So I would check on that if I were you.
That's a unique one. Be
armed with this information. It's all in writing. This is from the federal government, so this isn't something that we're making up. So very interesting situation. Thanks for sharing in the chat. We appreciate that very much. So we're going to put a lot of links and info in the regular video we did on YouTube. There's a ton of links and resources in there, so make sure you check that out. So let's do this, and let's dive in now, really getting the meat and potatoes of it, so to speak, of what this all means to you as a Harley-Davidson owner, or really any motorcycle owner for that matter. All right, Lurch?
Yes, sir.
Do it.
Hey, bikeaholics, searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? Zero3D has the products you dream about for your bike. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and Honda Goldwing motorcycles. Zero3D's got your back with chrome, black parts, lighting, and other comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation that equals less time installing and more time riding. Zero3D has a design team of riders with over 40 years of experience with a passion for design and innovation. Zero and Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them via email at sales@zero3d.com or give them a call at 715-808-0027. Check out your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for Zero or Gold Strike parts. A new leader has emerged, so check out Zero3D's line of custom Gold Strike products for your all-new Honda Gold Wings. Better yet, help support us and head on over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of Zero3D products.
There you go, guys. All right. So what's this going to mean for you guys? This is where the conversation starts to get interesting. I need to go back here is where I need to go. All right. So first I want to let you know that not the most recent video we did, but we did a very popular video and it got a ton of views quite some time ago on this YouTube channel, on the Law Abiding Biker YouTube channel, about Harley-Davidson warranties and issues. And you'll definitely want to watch that video after this one and after this podcast episode broadcast and our regular video, to be well educated and understand the issues in their entirety, because we talk about some really interesting things over there too. And that link, of course, is below the video on that. I think this one, I can't remember. If not, I'll put it there after we're done. So here's the deal. I mentioned earlier in this video that your warranty cannot be voided if you have your bike serviced at a third-party shop or simply decide that you want to do oil changes yourself in your own shop or garage, which we highly encourage and recommend, because for about $80 in product or less, you can do it instead of $400 at the shop. And we'll show you in our service tutorial video that we do, lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos for the Milwaukee 8 or pre-Milwaukee 8 for the twin cams. We show you a bunch of other stuff to do at your regular services so that your bike's always good to go. Same thing that the dealership does. So the next question is, can a motorcycle manufacturer void your warranty for installing non-OEM after original equipment manufactured parts, right? Aftermarket parts on your motorcycle, such as headers, mufflers, intakes, handlebars, stereos, cams, even EFI tuners, which affects a lot of people, like we just found out in the chat. And let me know if I need to stop for chat since you're...
I'll just make one comment here.
Yeah, please do.
Some of the things that, we have not necessarily experienced ourselves, thank God, but a lot of people have. Scott Lynn is saying, my local dealer won't even allow HD parts to be installed unless you get them from them.
Wow.
About 3 years ago, he found an online place to get HD parts, and it's quite a bit cheaper. He follows up by saying the parts guy said I have to buy parts from them and not another dealer. Can you believe that?
Wow.
That's some of the horror stories that we've been hearing, and that's the kind of things that led to this FTC agreement.
Yep. This is really for real going on, guys. And we've heard it, not this in this chat, but people email us over the last several years. And we did a warranty video because guys were telling me it was happening. We did a warranty video. And then over the last 2 years, it seems like it's continued. Now, with that said, I do want to say that I believe the vast majority of dealerships, this was not happening. Our local dealership wasn't doing it, but there was enough of them doing it that it has caused a lot of problems, and thus the federal government got involved, along with some lawsuits, private party lawsuits, which we will get into. So here's the deal, the answer to that question. So they can deny your warranty, guys, gals, warranty claim if they determine the aftermarket parts that you added to your bike caused the damage. So do you want to do some scenarios?
Yeah.
Do it.
So let's start with just slip-on mufflers, for example. Let's say you put on some aftermarket mufflers, your Harley, and then your transmission goes out suddenly. It's fair to say that the mufflers didn't cause the transmission to fail, so you should be covered under the warranty.
Right. Or another example, you do an aftermarket stereo install, and then your engine, then has a major failure. I think it'd be fair to say that your stereo install can't be tied to the engine failure, so thus you should be covered under your warranty under the terms.
Another example, let's say you do a cam upgrade, and afterwards the engine has a catastrophic failure of a push rod. It'd be fair to say that your dealership can say that the damage was caused by the cam upgrade that you did. And so there you may not have your warranty. It may not be covered under warranty under that example. Right.
So the real question then, guys, is does simply doing a non-motor upgrade like a stereo install or handlebar install, for example, automatically void the powertrain warranty or the overall warranty on the bike? No, it should not. Those upgrades do not affect the powertrain. Thus, you should not have your warranty voided. Which brings up a further question that I think Lurch will handle.
Oh, I was sorry. I was looking at the chat.
No, I can do it. The next question is, does simply doing a powertrain upgrade, such as a cam upgrade, which we just did on a Milwaukee 8, that video coming out on this channel. So a cam upgrade on a Milwaukee 8 as an example, does that automatically void the powertrain warranty? The answer is no, not by itself. All right. However, you must remap your EFI after an upgrade like that. You're going to have to. And if you were to use a non-EPA compliant tuner, then your warranty is going to be automatically voided by Harley-Davidson and other motorcycle manufacturers for that matter. Indian does the same thing, guys. Don't think because you have an Indian it's any different. It's not.
And that EPA consent decree that was a couple of years old is wrapped into this current FTC thing too, where it's saying you can't use non-EPA compliant tuners.
Yep. So let me explain what happens. You see, when Harley dealerships plug your bike into Digital Technician 2, which is the software they use for diagnostics to check what's going on in your bike, to flash the boombox stereo system, it auto detects. The dealerships don't even have anything to do with it anymore. Once it gets plugged in, it auto detects whether you have a EFI tuner, and then it is going to be determined whether it is EPA compliant. And it automatically also sends that to Harley mothership. So the big mothership, it goes straight from the dealer. They can't stop it. Once they plug it in, this is all done automatically so that it can't be skirted basically. And your warranty is going to be voided if you have that non-compliant tuner. Now, a lot of guys say, I remember when we did our first warranty video, Lurch, a couple years ago, I think it was. That's the one you guys need to watch. A lot of guys were coming in the comments and saying, oh, well, I'll just put a fuel pack 3 on it. And then before I take it, if I need to take it so I do a cam upgrade, I throw a fuel pack 3, which is what we used on our recent cam upgrade. And then before I take it to the shop, I'll just flash it back to normal and I'll pull the FP3 off. Well, number one, your bike's going to run like shit.
Yeah, I think a scenario would be more likely is you just do a stage 1 upgrade. So you got an intake and exhaust, and they're saying, well, I'll just flash it back to stock before I take it down there.
Right.
And you can't hide that. It's all in the
history.
Yeah.
Your ECM keeps a history. They know everything. It's the black box, and they can see everything that's been done to that bike, RPMs, everything on that bike, guys. So it sounds cool, but there was a lot of people talking, not knowing what they were talking about, which happens online quite often. All right.
Steve Franklin said he just got his updated warranty in the mail. So they're sending them out. Part of the agreement was also that they would notify customers. And also one thing I forgot to mention earlier.
Thanks for that.
Is they have to provide training to the dealerships, to the salespeople and to the service people so that this practice does not continue. That's part of the agreement as well.
Yes. Very good. And thanks for the comments, everybody. Those are very great to add to this conversation. Appreciate it. Now, in regards to Harley-Davidson and other motorcycle manufacturers or motorcycle and auto manufacturers for that matter, the EFI tuner issue is completely because of pressures, guys. You can't throw this all on Harley or auto manufacturers or Indian or anybody else because the EPA has pressured and they fined people and Harley-Davidson heavily fined who is making them void warranties if non-compliant tuners are utilized. And Lurch, in fact, you told me yesterday we were chatting about it and you said Vance and Hines got fined or something. What was that?
They got hit by CARB, California Air Resources Board. They got hit in California, I think for $500,000 if I recall. So,
yeah, you're right. It was $500,000.
They haven't been hit by FTC. Well, they wouldn't be hit by FTC because this is a more of a this lawsuit or this decree is more about the warranty and not competing. But they haven't been hit by the EPA yet.
Right.
But I think that
that's a hefty fine, guys.
It's big.
These companies are not effing around because they're getting hit hard. Whether that's right or wrong, whether you agree with EPA, that's, whatever. But I can see why, the companies are, and it gets deeper. Hang on, because it gets deeper with EFI tuners and kind of what Harley's being made to do. And other manufacturers are going to have to be doing the same. Oh, yeah. You want to ride longer?
You'd know it.
Oh, treat your ass with some respect already. Jeez, guys. Get hooked up with a premium butt buffer seat cushion. This company of bikers developed a super thin hospital-grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials, and it's unlike gel pads that will leak if punctured. The butt buffer is designed not to slide around on your seat, fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, and easy cleans up. And yep, helps to dampen those gall-darn vibrations. With plenty of models to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Who doesn't want a comfortable? Oh, that ass. Oh, yeah. Head over to Law Abiding Biker Store. Check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions. We're moving those things like crazy. All right. Let's dive in even deeper here. Alert, it's getting deep. It's getting deep.
Are you looking for a sound or something?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm just doing my duties over here. So let's dive back into this document.
2017.
Yeah. Now, in you want to do this? Why don't you do this? I'm tired.
So this is going back to what I was mentioning just a few seconds ago, and this has to do with the consent decree filed by EPA. In 2017, HD entered a consent decree filed by the United States EPA that required them to cease the sale of all non-compliant tuners. So if you guys will recall, they stopped selling that race tuner that they had that nobody was using for racing. They were all putting it on their street bikes. So they were, you know, they're not the only ones that were doing that. You know, they're selling stuff that's race ready, and you know, everybody was obviously using them on the streets. So they got caught. And in addition to that, the EPA required them to void warranties on all Harleys with non-compliant EFI tuners. And yes, Harley is voiding warranties for non-compliant tuners. So that kind of gets you into the question of what the hell is a compliant EFI tuner?
Well, Lurch, that's a damn. Oh, hey, the
Louis the studio dog's moving your microphone.
Did you see that? Louis the studio dog is he just moved my microphone right out like a jerk, right out from my face.
He's kind of an ass.
He is.
Yeah, so EFI.
If you've never met Louis the studio dog, hang on.
Okay.
Let me do this.
Some good pod here. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Say hi, Lou. This is Louis the studio dog. He rides my Harley with me in a front satchel.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, I don't know, dude.
I'd call it a doggy pack.
It's a doggy pack.
A front pack.
He's got
it's
some
not a backpack.
He's got doggles too.
Oh, yeah, those are awesome.
If you check out, make sure you're following us on Instagram, guys. We're doing a lot of cool stuff over there at Law Abiding Biker, Twitter at Law Abiding Biker, of course, the YouTube channel, Ryan Urlacher, Facebook, Law Abiding Biker. We're everywhere, but we do some fun stuff. And I've done some shorts, some YouTube shorts on the channel, and some Instagram reels and stories and stuff with Lou riding with me. So, all right.
You know, a lot of dogs will look away when you look at him. Not Louis. He just stares right at you.
Oh, he'll stare you down.
What's up?
He mad dogs people. You know, straight up.
So when you put out your videos, obviously you get a lot of comments on it. Every once in a while you get a funny one. And one of the funny ones on your first video with him is somebody saying, well, you got a helmet on. He's got no goggles. And so, you know.
He's a dog. I love dogs.
But you know, you took that comment to heart. You went out and you got him some doggles.
I did get him some doggles. Although daily I see dogs. We live here and there's farming communities, and I see dogs riding in pickup trucks at 70 miles an hour on the freeway. And what does the dog do with no goggles? Puts his face around the side of the cab so he can get the full wind in his face and eyes. But I did get some doggles just because, number one, it's funny, but I think dogs can, I'm just saying, I love dogs. I'm a big dog person, but I'm pretty sure they can handle the wind. And he was behind a fairing anyways, but yeah, some people, I think thought it was dog abuse or something. I don't know. That's not how we roll around here in this community, but each to their own. Louis loves it regardless if he has doggles, but the doggles do look cool. They make him look like a real biker. All right.
So one of the comments in here from Big Johnson is EPA compliance often refers
Big Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
EPA compliance often refers to the Code of Federal Regulations, which is true. And if you've ever looked at the Code of Federal Regulations, it's a lot of words. And
CFRs,
so
baby.
You can definitely find what is required. What we could not find, though, was just a list of EPA compliant tuners. And so you're kind of going to have to rely on the companies that make them to let you know if it's EPA compliant or not.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God.
What, did he just fart?
Dude. Oh.
That's self-inflicted, buddy.
Dude.
You picked him up and put him on your lap.
That's air coming right around a turd, dude. That's pure air. That. Oh, my God, Lou.
I'm going to get him a dude wipe.
Whew, that's disgusting. Oh, my God. All right. Sorry to interrupt you. That's horrible when you get a whiff of it.
Yeah, I don't smell anything.
You will.
I hope not.
Let's get that over there.
There's no easy place to go and just find a list of EPA compliant tuners. The new Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle tuner is EFI compliant and will not void your warranty. We'll get into Vance & Hines a little bit and some of the others. Vance & Hines was making an FP3 that was EPA compliant and one that wasn't. Part of what Harley did in 2021 to comply with the EPA consent decree was change the diagnostic port plug on your Harley so that the FP3s will not work on it. So now they're coming out with an FP4, which we'll get into. So let's see. So the overall question is something like a Vance & Hines Fuel Pack EFI tuner, EPA compliant, and will it void your warranty? We talked to two technicians. Do you have the audio? Are you going to use that on the podcast?
No.
I just want to talk about it. Okay, we called and talked to them, and we said, hey, will the FP3 void my warranty?
A couple different people.
Yeah, and they said, absolutely, it will. It is not EPA compliant. Meaning that you can do more than just a stage 1 upgrade with it. So most of your EPA compliant tuners, like the current Screaming Eagle one and the FP4, are EPA compliant because all they'll allow you to do is to do a stage 1. So basically intake and exhaust. You're not going to be able to do big bore kits and cams and all that kind of stuff. And
it will not be updated in the future.
That's right.
We asked that, and a lot of guys are saying that. They're thinking, oh, we've heard rumors that they're going to update the software, and we asked them, absolutely not. That FP4 is EPA compliant. Pipes and intake, gents, ladies. And yeah, dogs.
So here's the deal. We also wanted to find out if Vance & Hines was going to keep selling the FP3 because seeing the writing on the wall, EPA is putting pressure on all these companies. The days of being able to tune it yourself with an FP3 and do your cams and big bore kits are going away. We got some wishy-washy answers here and there. I'll tell you that if you go online and look for FP3s, you're going to have a hard time finding them. We talked to the one of the service people at Vance & Hines, and she said they're currently minus 2,000. We said, what the hell does that mean? She goes, we have a back order of 2,000 of them. And you asked her, well, if I can get one, should I get my hands on it? And she said, yeah, if you can find one, get your hands on it now. And then we talked to one of their FP techs, and he said, well, we're still filling orders. It's kind of a month-to-month thing. And so
here's what we believe.
We think they're going to be discontinued.
Well, we know they are.
Yeah.
They are. We know they are by what we talked to these people about. What Vance & Hines, they went through a lawsuit, okay, or not a lawsuit. They got fined $500,000. And I think that they're still probably in some sorts of litigation. I don't know that for a fact. At the end of the day, here's the deal. They are scarce, very scarce. All the big boys are out of them. So here's what I tell you. You probably should act very quickly. I'm going to give you some reasons, all right? We do sell the Fuel Pack 3. We got our hands on a bunch of them. We sold them as soon as I put the video out in less than 72 hours, we sold out of our entire stock. We have more stock coming, and we're going to keep them in as long as we can. We're one of the only ones online that you'll find selling them. Now, here's the deal. Why you should act quickly, all right? If you want to get your hands on a Vance & Hines Fuel Pack 3 for your 2014 to 2020 Harley, remember 21 and newer, FP4, it's a new plug, can't use the FP3. There's a lot of bikes floating out there between 14 and 20. Because once we sell them all and we can't even get them anymore, we've got, like I said, multiple different orders to obviously to get them in stock for you guys. Once they're gone, they're gone. And it's almost 99.9% sure that they're going to, and the reason they're getting phased out is because they're going to the FP4 and there's new rules and people have been fined and things are changing, which we're going to talk about in a little bit within the, not only motorcycle, but auto industry when it comes to EPA and FTC and all that. So like I say, you're going to have, but just go to the lawabidingbiker.com/store. Search for FP3. We do have them. Of course, we have FP4s. They are plentiful if you want an FP4. So we have stocked up with them. Like I say, they're moving pretty quickly, guys. So here's the other deal. If you're like, well, I don't maybe need one. But if you have a 14 to 20 Harley and you've ever thought about doing a future cam upgrade or big bore kit, you'll need the FP3. Like we said, you won't be able to do that with an FP4. We just did a cam upgrade on a Milwaukee 8, and we used the FP3, tuned it, runs like a raped ape. And in our video, we'll show you how we did that. And we'll be releasing that cam install video on the YouTube channel. So it also allows you to tune your bike right from a smartphone, unlike a lot of other tuners. It's a very super intuitive tuner right from your smartphone. And we already have a tutorial video on the FP3 too. Or maybe you just want to do a simple stage 1 right now. You know, you've got a bike, 14 to 20, you want to just do pipes, intake, you're good. And that's all you want to do right now. Well, that's fine. You can do it with the FP3. You don't have to do anything else. But the beautiful part about having the FP3 on your bike is you're future-proofing yourself. So down the road, if you're like, I do want to do a big bore kit, I do want to do a cam upgrade, well, your FP3's on there and you've just future-proofed yourself because you can just retune as soon as you put the cams in and you're good to go. Yeah, there you go, guys. If you appreciate, we're trying to help the biker community as much as we can here, doing a lot of research, trying to put this information out there. If you appreciate it, please consider purchasing from us. If you go to our store right now and it says out of stock, have no fear. We're going to have them in stock within a couple days more, and we're getting more after that. So just keep checking back at the store, and we will keep them moving for you guys. We appreciate everybody's business for supporting us, shopping in our store, because we've been putting out 9.5 years of mostly 95% free videos, free podcasts, free articles to help the biker community. So thank you very, very much for that. So now, for argument's sake and for a better understanding of how this all works, we're going to dive in a little bit further. It gets a little bit, just a little bit, not bad, just a little bit muddier, guys. All right, let's do this. Are you searching for the easiest and quickest detachable luggage system for your motorcycle? Rick Rack has just what you're looking for. Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that can come loose and slap your paint.
Slap your paint.
Check out one of Rick Rack's awesome quick attach strapless luggage rack systems. His father-son team designed something really special. You can't find it anywhere else. Yep, these guys ride, so they truly understand the needs of bikers. The Rick Rack quick attach system is strong, durable, and secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags to accompany your quick detached system. Once you use Rick Rack, you'll never go back. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics? That's right. Head over to the Law Abiding Biker store. Check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags. Yep. We also, for years, and our 4,000-mile trip to Minnesota, we were a bunch of us rocking our Rick Rack bags on and off in less than 10 seconds in the hotel. Get out in the morning. I can get just a few more minutes of sleep, which is much needed. Super handy, guys. All right. Do you want to handle this, Lurch, or do you want me to?
Yeah, let's just dive in a little bit deeper, just for argument's sakes. So let's say you do an aftermarket muffler upgrade, and you did not install an non-compliant EFI tuner on your engine. It has a failure. You take it to your local Harley dealership, who decides the mufflers caused the damage.
This is some of what we're hearing and in the chat, right?
Yep, because they can, if they determine that an aftermarket part led to the damage, they can decide to not honor your warranty. Although the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act is behind you, it may or may not help you. What do you mean by that, Matt? What I mean by that is, you see, in a situation like that, the burden of proof is completely on you as the consumer. So you're going to have to decide, is it worth the cost? Because you're the one that's going to have to find an attorney that's willing to take on the lawsuit.
Yep. Now, over the past years, guys, we have heard of this. Like we said, it is going on, but I do want to reiterate that I believe a vast majority of dealerships were not doing this, including our local one, but it was happening too many times. Weird stuff like this where warranties were being voided, and it certainly got the FTC's attention and some lawsuits, which we'll talk about here in a minute. So, yeah. With that said, the FTC agreement included contact info, guys. We'll talk about this, to file a complaint with HD. And headquarters and the FTC. You may find a resolution at this very first step. Now, we did some research on this. How hard was it?
To find the phone number?
Anything.
You couldn't find anything.
So they're required,
But here's the deal. The agreement that we found online, it was a template agreement, and it didn't actually have the information filled in. But
we looked online. You should be able to find it.
So the warranty owners that were sent out the information should get that information.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it'll be it has to be provided to folks with warranties. But yes, it should be easily found on their website. But as most companies these days, they don't want you to contact them or call them. So they make it very difficult to figure out how to get a hold of them.
And we put it in the links below this video and the other actual video on this, the very 13-minute video with FTC where complaints can be filed. And then we gave the direct link to Harley's contact page where you can actually contact them. So that's how I'd go about it.
And before I move into the next part, I'll bring this up because it kind of dovetails into it. It's a question by Mark Weaver in the chat.
Very good, Mark Weaver.
He says, should we go ahead and purchase Vance & Hines mufflers also now? Well, that's a little bit different.
Yep.
The tuner market was hit in particular through lawsuits and agreements. Now, if you're in California, you have to use CARB compliant mufflers, and I think Vance & Hines only makes like one set.
We can't even sell you guys. If you're from California and your address is in California, we're prohibited from even selling you the Fuel Pack 3. So sorry, Californians.
Yeah. So do you need to run out and grab mufflers right now? I don't think so, unless you're in California, but even then you're kind of up a creek. In the rest of the 49 states at this point, you can still buy aftermarket mufflers and put them on.
Yep.
Each state has certain rules and laws and regulations, and I don't know every one of them.
But as far as warranty goes, you're fine because what we just talked about is the very fact that they can't void your warranty for that, for aftermarket pipes. If you have a catastrophic, or if your wiring goes bad, or something else, a wheel goes bad, they can't say that your muffler did that. No longer. They can't tie that to a muffler. What is very interesting is you really need to pay attention to these tuners. That's the one where the EPA is forcing Harley, literally forcing Harley-Davidson and other manufacturers. They said, if you bring a bike in and it has an aftermarket non-EPA compliant tuner, we're telling you, we're mandating you to void the warranty. So Harley didn't make that decision. That was made by the EPA, FTC. EPA made that one.
Followed up by the FTC in this latest decree.
So hopefully that helps. They didn't say that Harley has to void warranties for mufflers. In fact, they're backing up the use of third-party and aftermarket mufflers, if that makes sense. But the EFI tuners were a very specific thing where they said on that issue, don't do it. And you better be voiding warranties for that. But you should be fine. I don't think we're going to see any shortage other than the regular supply chain shortages right now nationally with all products. But I wouldn't suspect they're going to discontinue any pipes or mufflers. That's going to go on as normal because the FP4 is fully capable of, a stage 1 pipes and intake upgrade. So I think no worries. A great question, by the way.
Here's another one from James Richards. What about Thundermax tuners? Are they out of business now? And you can ask that question about all the other tuning companies. Are they all going to be out of business now?
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yep.
It seems like the EPA is going after the bigger companies. And then my thought is if we continue going this way, yes, these other tuner companies are going to be put under the same stipulations and requirements. They just haven't caught up to them yet.
Right. What does the federal government do, right? We all know this. They go after the big boys first, right? They go after Harley-Davidson, big boys, big company. They go after Vance & Hines. They're making an example out of them, hoping, this is completely my opinion, but I think it's an educated assessment based on the way our government does things.
And I'll add to that both the race tuner from HD that you can no longer get and the FP3 are easy to use. All you got to do is plug them into your port and you can tune them from your phone. A lot of the other companies, you've got to use software and laptops,
PC only
all
stuff,
kinds of stuff. This one's so easy that your average biker can just plug it in and get going. That they're going after the ones I think that are the easiest to use first.
Yep. And so I do believe they're going after the big boys and they're making an example in hopes that a lot of the other companies will fall in line. You got Power Vision, the Power Commanders, Thundermax. This is going to be industry-wide, folks. I feel very comfortable stating that here today, that it's just going to take time to trickle. As we know, the EPA has been biting down on the auto industry and everybody else for years now, and some of it's seems to be coming to fruition. So,
in a couple of years, we'll be doing a podcast on them all being unable to do it, and we'll refer you back to this one.
No doubt.
Sucks.
Yeah. So that's kind of our insight into where. So yeah, if you want to get a if you're interested in the Thunder Max or whatever, I would pick one up sooner than later. But you don't need the Thunder Max unless you're going to do some, like if you're an actual tuner and you have a dyno and you know what you're doing, because that's getting into a very expensive. If you're just going to do, an auto tune and cam upgrade and stuff, the FP3 is a lot cheaper and fully capable of getting in there and doing all that stuff. So, but nothing against the Thunder Max. It's for a very specific reason. Yeah.
Just as a little lighthearted side note before we move on, Ross Tomes is in the chat. Hey, Ross. He says California was going to ban the sale of gas vehicles after 2035. What will they do with motorcycles? And Cliff Thompson followed that up by, just read an article that California electrical grid is crashing.
Yep, I saw that.
So many people charging their electric cars. So yeah, you got to go buy your electric car, but you can't charge it after 9 p.m. And they're putting you and I talked about this earlier today. They're putting the cart before the horse there and requiring everybody to go electric, but we don't have the infrastructure to support it yet.
Gruesome, isn't that Governor Gruesome? He came out this morning, I was watching, and he said because of that, the grid's about ready to crash in California. This is as of today. He literally got on TV and asked people not to charge their electric cars because it was going to crash the grid. It's like, what? You want to go electric? And now you're asking people, we're not getting political here. That I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. That's stupidity right there. Regardless of what side of the aisle you want electric cars and you're telling people not to charge them because it's going to crash the grid. That means you aren't ready for electric vehicles. That should be your clue.
So another big tuner is DynoJet. Rick Kemner saying DynoJet already impacted. PowerVision, as we knew it, is discontinued and being replaced by other products.
Yep, that's very true. We were looking at some of that too, so thanks for that. A lot of patrons in here.
Yeah.
Ross Tomes, David Schwartz, from Israel. Very cool. Ross Tomes and some other guys there. I'm just looking at the moderators we have. So thanks, guys. And then all the other public, we appreciate you being in here. So that's a little bit of insight. It's going to change drastically, I feel, over the next years. So here's a question we should ask. So what do aftermarket parts manufacturers and third-party shops think of all this? Well, they should like it a lot, right, guys? And here's a statement from Vance & Hines CEO Mike Kennedy in an article. He said, this action taken by the FTC is a huge win for motorcycle riders. I'm not sure about that statement because we're losing the ability to really tune our bikes. But nonetheless, he said it is a win in the way he says it. So I digress. It's a huge win for motorcycle riders. While we still need to see how this plays out, we anticipate that riders will have more choices in how they repair, which is true, and update their motorcycles, which is also true during the warranty period, which is clearly a big deal for companies in the motorcycle aftermarket too. That's very true, which they have a huge stake in. He says, I hope that it will void quote, it will void your warranty threat for someone who just wants a better sounding or smoother running Harley is a thing of the past, unquote. All right. So as we wind this down and wrap it up, so the question is, what am I going to do? Y'all have to make your own decision. But what am I going to do if I'm still loving my 14 Street Glide Special. I got the 16 Lowrider S and the 07 Night Train. I don't plan on getting a bike anytime soon unless they really do something special. I do want that new El Diablo though, but it ain't going to happen. I don't got the coin for that. All right. So what am I going to do if I were to go buy let's just do a little fantasy here. Let's just say I reserve an El Diablo Lowrider ST, which I'm going to dream about all night. And here's what I'm going to do when I buy it. All right. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to run the piss out of that thing on the manufacturer's warranty. All right. And then maybe for a couple weeks, a month, and just ride her hard, put her up wet, ride her hard, put her, all right. And then I'm going to put whatever damn aftermarket parts I want on it, tuners, pipes, maybe I'll do cams in it. I don't care because I'm not paying for a warranty. And that way I can keep my bike, and I can do what I want on it. And then I'm going to ride like I stole it, Lurch.
Yeah. And you can always go with an EPA compliant tuner, stage 1 upgrade. And then once that, stock warranty is up, then you can.
I don't even care about the stock warranty. I'll literally ride it a month, do what I want with it.
I know you would, but I'm just throwing that out there for others. There are options too. You can step up. You can stay within EPA compliance and maintain your warranty and get a little more sound, a little more power. And then once that thing's up, then you can really go wild if you want.
Yep. It's going to change the future of warranties, I think. And I think that was already changing. I mentioned that in the video we did a couple years ago. You know, whether a warranty is worth it on a Harley-Davidson or an Indian, any motorcycle. And we're definitely not dogging Harley. A lot of this, like we said, is coming down from EPA, the federal government, FTC, same with Vance and Hines. So their backs are kind of to the wall, so to speak. So don't be too hard on them because I don't think it's all their fault. So anyways, yeah, I think things are in the process of being changed. And so make a good educated decision in the future, guys, whether you want the warranty. Read the fine print, be armed with information. For me, unless things change drastically, I'll save my money on the warranty and spend it on parts. What say you, Lurch? In my younger days, I would be more likely to buy a warranty because you can wrap it into the cost of the payment. It's, $10 a month, and God forbid something big happens, you can just use that warranty. But as I've moved on in life and, make a little more money, have a little more savings than I used to, I would rather just have a fund. I just have a fund set aside that I put money into, that if I have to do some type of repairs, I can just pull that out of that. And that keeps me from having to deal with all the crazy restrictions that you'd have to have on a warranty. And in my experience, on the warranties that I've used or bought, I've been lucky, I guess. I've never really used them, so they've been a waste of money. I used one once for $100. That's it.
That was it.
That's all I ever got out of any warranty I've ever bought on a vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, motorcycles and cars and trucks. And I know there's people out there that bought a warranty and then the motor just grenaded and it was a great purchase. But I would say, in my experience, they haven't been worth it.
Take that $3,500 that they'll charge you for a warranty, put it in a savings account, and call it Harley Warranty. That way, if you're one of the less than 1% that has something wrong with your motor, just pay for it to be rebuilt and your money ahead. That's what I say. You'd have to have a lot go wrong to start marking over that. And they're building these bikes great these days. There's a question in here from I just saw it. Oh, Rolando Z. What's a good EPA compliant tuner? So we mentioned earlier in this broadcast. We'll clean that up. Maybe we weren't completely clear on it. There absolutely right now is no valid list of EPA compliant tuners because a lot of this is been in the works and it's new. What we can tell you, the definition of an EPA compliant tuner. We do know that Fuel Pack 4 is EPA compliant tuner. And the reason is here, it only does an EPA compliant tuner. The definition is it only will do stage 1 upgrades, which means exhaust and intake. An EPA compliant tuner will not be capable of tuning after a cam or big bore kit. So hopefully that clears that up. The FP4. So when you're looking online, if you want an EPA compliant tuner, that's going to be your restriction, is you're only going to be able to do pipes and intake and nothing more. No more tuning beyond that. So if you do cams, you're screwed. If you do big bore kit and all that, and we're going to have to see how that pans out with shops and things, because, a lot of shops have dyno tuners and they're tuning them completely out of EPA compliance. So I don't know what's going to happen to that industry, if they're going to start cracking down on those guys too that are tuning these bikes in shops. I think they are
potentially in time. They're, like you said, they're starting they're starting with what's easy. They're starting with the big companies and the quick and easy tuners, the Power Commanders and the FP3s and obviously they got Harley with their race tuner. So as we mentioned earlier, we think it's going to slowly move into the rest of the tuning world, unfortunately.
And so when they made the definition and of the EPA compliant tuner, they basically followed and adopted the CARB, so you can thank California. Thanks, California. We love our California members and all that. I'm sorry that this stuff is going on in there, but they basically followed the CARB, California Air and Resource Board, because California was doing this before the federal government, before the EPA and FTC and this whole new debacle. So they basically followed that, which is that stage 1 air intake upgrade, and you're done. So hopefully we cleared that up. Yeah, Cato J Experience says, thanks for clearing that up, you bet. So there you go, guys. I hate to beat a dead horse, but anything else Lurch, before we take it out here?
One of these days, you and I are going to be doing a podcast on electric motorcycles. There'll be no gas ones left.
I don't know if we'll be around.
Maybe we'll be retired by then.
Or all the electric grids will go down and none of us are going to have heating and air conditioning.
And we'll have to go back. We'll be the last
And
ones.
then we'll go back.
All of you with your motorcycles, as we move towards electric, store one away somewhere. So when the grids crash, we'll be the last ones to be able to ride.
We'll start a new channel, how to resurrect your
gas.
Yeah, your gas. That's right. Your internal combustion motor. We'll have the most popular YouTube channel around. All right, guys, we appreciate it.
Good information in the chat there. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, great. Thanks for being involved, guys. And like we say, normally these are done via our patron members only, mid-level and above private broadcasts like this and chat. And we love interacting. So we do one public every once in a while just to get out there. And of course, our free videos on YouTube are access to everybody. You can always listen to this in 2 months. It'll go out in regular audio podcast format on any major platform. We also have our own podcast app. You can head over to lawabidingbiker.com/app, APP. You can choose how and where you want to listen. But we're everywhere. We're on Spotify and TuneIn and Apple Podcasts, of course, and any other frickin' platform you can name. We stay on top. Google Podcasts. We're everywhere.
We're on Rezo even.
We're even up,
whatever that is.
Somewhere.
Most recent one we added, I think it's in Brazil.
Yeah, it is. And lawabidingbiker.com/app. Like I say, this episode won't even go up for months. Well, actually, this one will.
Oh, we're bumping
this one. Sometimes we bump them up, but normally they don't come out for months in audio format. But our patron members get them just like that because we upload every new episode, whether we do it live or not. We upload the audio, bam, right into the back of your patron account. So you have immediate access and everybody else, the public, gets to listen to it months down the road. So just another benefit to give our patron members whom we love. All right, guys, don't ride without the slide. That's right, absolutely the best waterless motorcycle cleaner on the market. Bug Slide, tried and tested right here by the Law Abiding Biker crew. It's our number one go-to waterless motorcycle cleaner. It cleans, shines, degreases while removing bugs and other surface contaminants with ease. Use it on your motorcycle, car, boat, and more. That's right, plastic, paint, chrome. It's all we use on our police fleet of motorcycles. That's all we use. Shines them right up, protects them, microscopic finish on it so the bugs come off easier. It's actually all I've ever used on my 14 Street Glide Special. That's right, guys. Never have to wax again. The release agent of Bug Slide contains that UV filter for added protection. It's free of abrasive, safe on all non-porous surfaces. Use it on your helmet and face shield too, guys. That's what we use it. We got bottles and bottles of this stuff. Even safe on that Harley denim paint. That's right. You can use it.
Use it to protect the glass in your shower, too. That's what Oscar did.
That's right. That's right. You can protect the glass. It's amazing stuff. Smells great. Doesn't smell like a chemical, guys. We've literally been using it for 9 years here. Sell the bejesus out of it over in the Law Abiding Biker store. We always have it in stock and ready to go for you. That's right. Big Daddy Kane and Goat down there right now. Nice. Sitting there with a box in their hands, waiting. Got the packaging over here. Oh, yeah, there's an order. They throw it in. Peanuts. That's right. Tape it up. And they get it shipped out immediately to you guys. What else do they put in that box, Lurch?
Every box gets a one free good time included.
That's right. If you order
open up the box and poof, out this good time comes. It's like little sparkles and rainbows and unicorns fly out of there. It's just a great time.
That very nice, bro. Very nice. That's right. We'll get you some of our stickers, too, in each package that we ship from our store. Some really cool law-abiding biker stickers that we just redesigned a couple months ago. You'll get that, guys. So, yeah. Thanks so much for being here and for watching the live event. Hopefully it was a lot of information. Hopefully it helps a lot of bikers out there.
Have a good Labor Day weekend, everybody.
lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt. BUTT.